Greetings, everyone. I just want to share something very interesting today that will help you as a person. And this has to do with wisdom. It's purely about wisdom today, only, and for only wisdom. Sometimes God has chosen certain people before they were born, and He has given them wisdom, meaning their intellectual level, fast-tracking the ability of their medulla oblongata to execute, to transform certain thoughts into reality. I want to give you an example or something that you know. There are certain people that you have studied with at primary school, high school, tertiary level. Those people were top notch. They were very intelligent in class. At primary and high school, they were always number one and never at the back. But to this day, those people never made it in life, or they've made it, but they didn't excel the way they were at primary school. And some people that never made it well at the primary school, they are far better and advanced more than those that were at a high intellectual level, meaning having a better mental transformation capacity at this stage. Let me share with you scriptures. What is the cause of that? The challenge with such people is they take their intellectual level and hold it to themselves versus what God has given them. Meaning, when they realize that they can perform better, they don't invite God to give them the wisdom. Let me share with you some scriptures from the Bible. Corinthians 1 verse 19, God says, I will destroy wisdom of the wise, and the intelligent of the intelligent. He repeats the intelligent twice. I will frustrate them. And that is why. Corinthians 1 verse 19. And remember, again in the book of Isaiah 29 verse 4, to show that God is serious about wisdom, about people who don't actually rely on Him. He repeated again. He even said, read the Bible, He said, I will once again ensure that wisdom is taken away. And He repeat again and say, intelligent of the intelligent will pass away. Meaning, whatever your thoughts were, that God has given you the wisdom, God will take it away. I just want to share with you, it's very critical that within your wisdom, God must form the center. And when God is not the center, trust me, that wisdom will fade away. People will know that you are very intelligent, but your wisdom will not put into action. And the reality is that any intelligent person in the world, any wisdom in the world, it has got no value. It is void if it is not put to action. The fact that we say you are intelligent means nothing if your intelligence cannot be transformed into a positive action. It's as simple as that. And God sometimes decides to leave the intelligent people that He has created and take the unwise and change them. Take the unwise, give them the wisdom, even though they were not intelligent, and they change their wisdom into action. I'll prove that on scripture. On the 1 Corinthians verse 28, God says, I choose the foolish things of this world to shame the wise. I want to prove to those that are intelligent, that I've given them wisdom at the time, that are not inviting me, God, that I will convert and take it away and give the unwise so that they can come up with positive action. And some script in Matthew 19 verse 26, it says, with God, all things are possible. What does it mean? God uses anything to do what He wants to do, or to divert, or to send the message. With God, all things are possible. Don't conclude that you are intelligent, and don't conclude that you are not intelligent, because God can make the intelligent unintelligent and the unintelligent intelligent. You know, God operates in very mysterious ways. If you look at the book of James, I think it's James 1 verse 5, it says, if
any of you lack wisdom, I, as God, I will give it unto you. God is giving you a promise. He said, I will give you that wisdom. I will give you. So why? You combine 1 Corinthians 1:28 and also James to say, God uses anything. And for you, I will give you wisdom. And in the book of Proverbs 2 verse 6, it says, God gives wisdom from his mouth, and from his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. What does that mean? It means wisdom is not from you. Don't think that when you are intelligent, it's because of your own self that you have created the intelligence. It is God. God declares before you are born, he declared that I will give this one wisdom. Even after you were born, while people think you don't have wisdom, God can give you wisdom if you ask from him. In the book of Proverbs 2 verse 6, it confirms to say, God declares wisdom from his mouth. And when he has declared wisdom from you, there comes knowledge and understanding. That is why people that you think they are not intelligent, long time when they grow up or after matric or so on, you think those people will not make it. They suddenly turn around, they make it because God declared wisdom, because there is something that has massaged this heart. Many people that you think they'll never make it, they make it. Because why? God declared wisdom through his mouth. And after declaring wisdom, declaration of wisdom means nothing. What's critical is the knowledge and understanding. So God will give you wisdom and will look at you. And he will ensure that if you make him happy, he will declare understanding and knowledge, which will make you to fly high. If you look in the book of Kings 1 verse 30, you look at God. They brought Solomon and said, I think it was David, I can't remember. He said, I'm bringing Solomon. Solomon was still a child. He said, I'm bringing Solomon to be a king. But by that time, when they bring Solomon, Solomon was just placed as a king but was not giving wisdom yet. Let me tell you why God chose Solomon and gave wisdom. In the first king, I think it was first King chapter 1 verse 52. Solomon was supposed to kill someone who took away a horn, holy horn. And when he was supposed to kill that person came in front of Solomon. And Solomon says, I will not kill you, but go home. Meaning, Solomon, instead of Solomon hating the guy or being negative, he was positive and said, I will not kill you because you deserve a second chance. And that made him to have favor in the eyes of the Lord. He gained 50% of the ability to be graduated to get wisdom. That was 50%. By him deciding that as much as people think I will kill you because of taking the horn, I, Solomon, because of my father God, I will not kill you. So just by that statement, he got 50%. Then come the time in the 1 King 3 verse 10. Then that's when God decided to give Solomon wisdom now, the other 50%. Solomon said, God, I pray that you give me wisdom. So it is Solomon who requested the wisdom. He didn't have. Many people are born with wisdom. As I said in the book of Isaiah and Corinthians, God takes it away because of their inability to sustain it and to understand that it is God who gave them. But Solomon, in the book of 1 King 3 verse 10, he had an opportunity to ask for anything. That is why God said to Solomon, when Solomon was praying for wisdom, God said to him, Solomon, hey, today you're finding favor in my eyes. And the script is clearly stated there. It says, because you have never asked for wealth and you have never asked for long life, which many people in this world, they are looking for wealth. Many people in this world, they are looking for long life. Even if you ask for long life, you are going to die at the end of the day. Even if you are looking for long life, you are going to die. Even if you are looking for wealth, the reality is you will never fill up your house with that wealth. And for that reason, Solomon realized that things of this world will not sustain me, and death itself will not stop me from my God. Therefore, there's only one thing that I need to ask, because when you have wisdom, you have got everything. It's sealed. And Solomon, in the book of Kings 3:10, he asked for wisdom. And let me tell you what God said. God said to Solomon, Solomon, because you never asked for long life, you never asked for wealth, therefore you have asked for wisdom, I will give it unto you. And that's how Solomon became the man with the number one wisdom in the Bible. Why? Because he asked for that from the Lord. He worried less about wealth. He worried less about long life. And God gave him the wisdom. Addition to that, he gave him money. Addition to that, he gave him family. Addition to that, he gave him kingship. He gave him everything. Let me go back and seal what I'm trying to say. I came from the Corinthians to Isaiah to Matthew to James, Proverbs 2:6, right up to 1 Kings, whereby God says, if you think you've got wisdom and it's your own wisdom, I will take it away. And he said, if I take you away in the book of Isaiah, I'll choose things of useless things of this world to make them useful. And it says, with me, God, in the book of Matthew, with me, God, everything is possible when it goes down. In the book of James, he says, if any of you lack wisdom, as God, I will give it to them. I will ignore those who think they are clever and give it to those who understand me as God. And in Proverbs, it's saying, me, God, with my mouth, I will give you wisdom. And when I give you that wisdom, because people think you don't worth it, I'll give you wisdom. But that wisdom will make you have understanding and knowledge. And when you have understanding and knowledge, that's what King Solomon, when he was placed as a child in the book of 1 Kings, he said, I will not kill this man because of the horn. He had humility. He had humility. Without humility, God, trust me, he might choose you, but you will lack on the other side. You deserve to have knowledge and understanding to say, what is it that I must capture on all sides, on all angles, to have one thing, that God, when you look at me, you will realize that I am the one and I will give you wisdom. I might not have wisdom like you. You might not have wisdom like me. People might look at you and think you don't have wisdom or you have. But it can only be God through his mouth, as in the book of, I think it's in the book of Proverbs, where he said, it doesn't matter how people look at you. It doesn't matter whether they say you have made it in primary or high school or you never made it. The reality is, I, God, when I decide with my mouth, I will give you wisdom. Just like Solomon, when people never thought, I told his father to take him and make him a king at a young age. And all the nations came and bowed before him. And I say, going forward, you need to understand that whatever that you can do in this world, it is not in your hands. Whatever that you can request, you don't have to request wealth. You don't have to request long life. God knew you before you were born, when you were still in your mother's womb. And therefore, leave it all unto God. And that is my closure for today, which was the topic wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Thank you very much.